Hello and welcome to the BWC Freelancing Podcast. This is where we get to discuss all topics concerning freelancing. So make sure you have subscribed to this channel so that you do not miss any episode, and also share this channel with your friends so that we can share this knowledge worldwide. On today's topic, we're going to be talking about freelance writing tools and resources that you need. And I'm honored to have with me two guests who are going to introduce themselves, and then we're going to dive into the topic right away. I am your host, Masingige. Karibuni sana. We'll start with you.
Hello guys, my name is Barry Kimani. I'm a freelancing trainer here at Brains with Concepts, and I'm happy to be a part of this episode talking about what we're going to talk about.
Hey guys, my name is Alex Murevi and I am the director at Brains with Concepts, a seasoned freelance writer, almost retiring now. At the same time, freelance investor, a heavy one. So glad to have you on this podcast.
Thank you so much for coming. We'll dive right into the topic, and we'll start by asking, what are some of the must-have tools that you need in your freelance writing career?
Well, the simplest tool that actually just comes to mind is that as a writer, the one thing that you cannot live without is a tool known as Grammarly. That's a tool that every single writer, as long as you know you're writing for anything, it can be maybe a caption, you are just a social media manager, that's the tool that you need to use if you need to make sure that you sound exactly as you should sound. So Grammarly, it basically just edits everything that you've written and puts it in the correct grammar, while checking and making sure that your sentence, the way that it's read, the way that the person comes to understand it, actually sounds like it should sound. Okay, so the number one must-have tool, I'll always say it's Grammarly, a great tool, premium but great.
Any other tool?
There's so many tools out there. Tukianza kuzilista hata hatuwezi maliza. But I'll name three that I use mostly. Number one is ChatGPT. I know you writers is okay. ChatGPT najua kuna watu wanaichukia, wengine wanaipenda, but ChatGPT is a nice tool because you can use it to do your research even when you're planning your content or having a layout or something like that. ChatGPT is always a great tool. Either hata kama una research, anything, like I think ChatGPT ita come through for you. The second tool that you need to have is this one will fit for guys who are in SEO field niche. So you need a tool called the Ahref or Ubersuggest. So those two tools will help you in making sure that you understand the keyword that you can do keyword research. They will also help you understand something like the kind of traffic your website is attracting, and where your clients are coming, and so on and so forth. Maybe the last tool that you can use as a freelance writer, we can talk about Evernote. Hapo hivyo unaweza weka tu notes wako hapo kidogo 1 2 3 4 in a very smart way. And also something else is Notion. Notion is also good for planning out your ideas. So I think those are the most common tools that I use, that I've used in my freelance career.
Okay. In writing, we know that it is important to do research. So are there any specific tools that you can recommend that someone can use to do the research to get relevant information?
Yes, there are a couple of research tools that you can use. For instance, for academic writers, we have something like Google Scholar. That's gonna work for them. Research also depends on the niche that you're working on. For instance, if you are a video editor and you are working on YouTube or something, a YouTube project or something like that, we have a certain tool that is called the vidIQ, which researches on top video and recommends you on certain metrics and so on and so forth. For instance, if also for the SEO niche, we those tools that I've mentioned, that is Ahref, and the other one, Ubersuggest, is a good tool for doing keyword research. So it depends on the niche that you're in. So for every niche, there's a tool for it.
Yeah, for every niche, there is a tool for it.
Yeah.
And I think there's actually a hack when it comes to ChatGPT. There's a Google Chrome extension. It's called Web Chat GPT. And basically what that tool basically does, because if you are doing your research, the best and easiest way to actually get the results or an idea of what you're doing, I usually recommend two things. Kitu ya kwanza, kuna Wikipedia. In as much as it lies, it kind of gives you a good idea about the topic that you're researching about, but please don't use it. And another thing inakuwaga ni ChatGPT, and especially ukiunganisha na that web ChatGPT, that very simple and free extension, unakuwaga umelink basically your ChatGPT to everything that is on the internet. So normally hata ukiuliza swali itakupatia tu basically vitu zenye watu wamekuwa kijibu, but pia ita source out for information on the internet. It's a great way to do your research and get answers fast.
Interesting.
Okay, nowadays when you mention freelancing, you always hear SEO, SEO, SEO. Are there any tools that are used to search for keywords that you can recommend for SEO beginners?
He actually mentioned two. That's Ahrefs, and then there's Uber Suggest, a great one. But the one that I usually use the most is SEMrush.
There's also another one called Keyword IO.
Yeah.
There's so many tools out there, for keyword research.
Okay, so once I'm starting my freelancing career or journey, I might decide to create my own website or a blog. Is there like a specific tool that I can use in setting up my website or my blog?
Of course. And I think that the most used tool, the ones that we actually use here, WordPress.
Yeah, so call it more of a system. So we call them CMS, so content management system. So there are so many content management systems, and we have Wix. We have Wix. We have WordPress. We have other upcoming, content management systems. But WordPress is one of the easiest and also is the most popular. Most websites actually that you come across on the web, they are built through WordPress. Quite easy to understand, and at the same time to build your website. Like you can build your website in 10 minutes.
And customize it to exactly how you want it to look.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
We are currently living in a world of AI. Most things are becoming AI generated. Do you think that these AI generated tools are going to impact the current writing tools that are there? How are they going to change the freelance writing sphere?
Yes, in fact, they have revolutionized the freelance writing industry. So tools like ChatGPT and kuna mpaka za kuedit videos and everything and so on and so forth, za kufanya research. So what I usually take it, for me, I take it positively, because you cannot halt the progression of technology. Like you cannot fight technology. So what I would urge writers in general, or freelancers in general, embrace those tools to improve your productivity as a freelance writer. For instance, ChatGPT can give you ideas of topics that you can, like, unlike Kitambo where you used to go manual search on Google, then note them down, then start writing. Like ChatGPT can give you more creative ideas that you can be able to explore as a writer. The same case for video editors. Hata kama kuna tool ya kuedit your video. But now, if you are editing like maybe 2 videos in a day, now it means like with that tool, inaweza kusaidia mpaka kuedit more videos in a day. It increases your productivity. Again, let's talk about people like programmers. Unajua ChatGPT mpaka inakuandikia mpaka code, a hard code. But now it cannot be done by somebody, of course, who doesn't understand coding. So you have to understand also the thing or the niche that you are into, then apply with the assistance of ChatGPT, which now should act like an assistant, should be like your mini assistant now to help you in productivity and also in making sure that your work is more thorough. And so you should be getting better results with the AI tools. If you use them the right way, of course.
Yeah, instead of running from it, you just need to embrace it. That's the easiest and best way that you can move forward, because they actually come with a lot of features that you as a human you wouldn't even like. They really give you that creative idea about something.
Or it will take a lot of time for you to come up. For instance, if you need 100 ideas about topics that you can write about freelance writing, like ChatGPT can give you that. But if it was human now, you would probably take like 5 days to come up with those topics.
True.
So it should make your work easier.
Okay, we might have beginners who are watching this episode. Like, I'll give each of you to give them like 2 tools that they need to have once they start their freelance journey.
So I'm going to talk specifically to the beginning freelance writer, not editor, not programmer, writer. And I'm going to, of course, the first one, and it's very important, like I said in the beginning, is going to be the Grammarly. And then the next one is going to be Coolbot. 2 great tools for you to use as a beginner. While Grammarly helps you with grammar, basically, Coolbot will help you to do things like paraphrasing or maybe checking for things like plagiarism, things like that. Yeah, 2 tools for beginning writers that you can use.
Since Mr. Barry has already given us the tools that a beginner can use, maybe you can give a word of encouragement to someone who is starting their freelance writing journey.
So if you are a beginner freelance writer, I would like to encourage you to take the step and be bold and get acquainted with that skill. Make sure you understand all the ins and outs of the freelance writing career, and make sure you also position yourself with the future. And make sure to position yourself now that we have so many things that are trending in the freelance writing career. So I wish you all the best, and best wishes in your freelance writing career.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for you who has watched this episode. Make sure you have subscribed to this channel. And if you have any topic that you feel that you want us to cover in the freelance industry, make sure you write it in our comment section and we'll definitely tackle it here. Until next time, bye-bye.